here we are. We are here. A long time ago, on a stream no one has ever seen before. It is a period of civil war in the galaxy. A brave alliance of knobheads and twats has challenged the tyranny of oppression and the awesome status quo. Striking from a stream hidden among the billion stars of the galaxy, rebel agents have won their first victory in a battle with the powerful quo of status. The status quo fears that another episode could bring 1,000 viewers into the rebellion, and control over the stream would be lost forever. To crush the status quo once and for all, Iolo Roberts is constructing a sinister new battle plan. Powerful enough to destroy said quo status, its completion spells certain doom for the champion of our story, and possibly the story itself. But perhaps... These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Who knows? It's that hard to follow. Hello, I'm Philip Marvolo Roberts, and welcome to what just possibly might be the beginning of the end of what I suppose is season 1 of But Suddenly. We left off in what looks to be Deb and Harry's situation as the Samurai Clyde went feudal on a man we all love to hate to love. It's been a long, arduous, confusing, shocking, and oftentimes completely nonsensical journey for our intrepid heroes. And here today, they might just meet their destinies. Who knows? Let's reach it. Woo!
Excellent. That was really good, Luke.
Thank you, Luke.
Interesting choice of voice, Phil.
I don't know, just came.
That was great. Good job.
I needed something to go with the dramatic effects at the start.
What did I plagiarise, Philip? What did I plagiarise?
I mean, you got the Star Wars intro. Scroll down.
The whole Star Wars scroll.
Especially the Brave Alliance of knobheads and twats. That was line for line.
Line and sinker.
That
was good, mate. That was really funny. I really like the here we are. It's not like the very contemplative.
Well, who knows what this episode could bring, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
It is a season finale of sorts, isn't it?
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I don't think we've said it out loud that it's like a season finale. I don't think it is the season finale necessarily.
Well, it's the second of a set, isn't it? And we've spoken about maybe mixing things up a little bit.
We just all agreed that it's like 10 episodes in, let's mix it up somehow. And who better than the person who mixed it up in the first place and introduced time travel and multiple universes and ruined it the first time.
You can fix it.
Yeah, fix it. I'm just gonna I feel like I've got like a right to like slaughter everyone.
So how have you found it?
Is that a link of things to come?
How have you found putting the script together? It's been a couple of weeks.
I found it really quite hard this time round. I feel like I don't know. Like the first time round, it was like I just wrote it in a couple of days. And it was like it was utter lunacy, as we all know. But
do you find you prefer that as a writing practice, just crochet at a piece of paper?
Oh, 100%. I honestly, if, like the ratio to me, the perfect ratio of writing, you got 2 weeks, write it in one day and edit it over the rest of the days. That's like literally the perfect way of doing it. Because this has gotten some editing. I finished this in like the latter half of the second week, and obviously we're like a few weeks delayed. No, I think a week delayed we are. And so like over the last like week, I've edited it. And I told you, Phil, I think I was driving back from Manchester 2 weeks ago, and I had like this bright idea, and I'd already written about 20 pages of it then. I don't know if we could think about 30 pages, and I deleted a crap load of it, and I made it 12 pages. And I'll tell you what I added at the end, so not to spoil it, obviously, but like I feel like, you know, like you'll go, yeah, okay, that's a fair addition to like add to do that. But yeah, I found it quite hard, quite difficult this time around. Don't know why.
I'm excited.
I was procrastinating like a madman. Half realised ideas, blah blah blah. Like, you know, protecting myself. It's
I said the same stuff last time. It's fair enough, though, isn't it? It's kind of, especially when you've got that time limit to write it, and there's different ideas swimming around your head. It's kind of hard to settle on a single concept, I guess.
I know it is one of those, you know, like you have like different types of scripts. So this is one of those that I had one idea, and I just desperately clambered for that one idea. So you might notice that like the pace of this is a bit fast. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get things out the way so I can get to the one idea I had. It's like, and then they leave. All right, yeah. So should we like? We'll skip the recap thing. We'll just go straight to the script.
We need a little recap.
Okay, we'll recap.
We've got to have structure to the stream.
Wait. Okay, Phil, because you suggested it, you have to do the sound.
Fair enough.
Good sound. Right. Intrepid heroes. Luke mentioned intrepid heroes, and that's the right word for it. We have a lot of them now. We can't even say we have 5 anymore, realistically. We have 2... the way I sort of rationale it in my head now is that we have 2 combating timelines. The original timeline that went to shit, and a better one, a deviated timeline.
Have you adopted my names for the timeline?
Prime, I have. I like Prime.
Prime and Deviant.
Yeah, Prime timeline, Deviant timeline. We have the Prime timeline, which was progressing in its course. The 5 would combat the Debonair until the Debonair ultimately won and imprisoned the 5.
Imprisoned them, yeah.
And then we have the Deviant timeline, in which something completely innocuous happened in episode 2.
Our understanding, I guess, at this point is that the Debonair is trying to be monitoring the timelines to make sure the Prime timeline is actualized, essentially. Yeah. And in the Deviant timeline, which is where we started on episode 1 with Adam's Heroes on a Bus thing, that was like the start of the deviation, which presumably like Dr. L, like the sort of the antagonist, the enemy of the Debonair is.
Which there's like a kind of a plot hole there. I know we're not meant to highlight plot holes, but the Prime timeline had an entirely different character. So the Prime timeline has Ellie, whereas the Deviant timeline has Zeep. So clearly, like the characters within the timelines are.
Ellie's in both, I think. But
Ellie's in both.
No.
It's Zeep and
Faith. Zeep and Faith have changed.
I think you could, if you're involved. I think you could probably find an explanation.
Yeah, I think like the generic thing is that like there's always 5 heroes. They're not necessarily the same one.
That's what we agreed on. That's why I went.
It's possible. It's possible in the Deviant timeline that. I'm trying to fix back on this, but it's possible. Is that Faith replaced Zeep like 2 months later or something, but this is a point that Dr. L chose to interfere with the timeline because
that is 100%. And then we have the timeline has been altered. The Deviant timeline is now a thing. Deviant timeline. So the Deviant timeline has essentially like been made by Dr. L to combat the Prime timeline.
And the great thing as well is this is all exactly what I had in mind when I started.
I've actually got you're going to open an envelope and just Deviant timeline is going to be there.
Deviant timeline. I posted this myself on the 1st of September. This is more coherent multiverse than Doctor Strange.
I suppose so. Wait. I've still got an episode left, Billy. To add the 3rd timeline. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I think that's the generic. I think we've grown beyond explaining that there's 5 superheroes that have to combating one guy, because I think there's just like it's a timeline war to a certain extent. And in the last episode, in the last episode,
confusing. It's so confusing. Like when you started and you were like, let's do a recap, and you said. So there are these 2 timelines. I was like, oh my god.
That's the first thing.
I was just thinking like, so there's these 5 heroes and they just straight down the line there.
I mean, we can go into it. There's been a Lizard Queen. There's been Robot Margaret Thatcher has been involved somehow. We had an entire robot cabinet. That were defeated by
Churchill at one point.
A Riddle,
goes to Winston Churchill.
Goes to Winston Churchill.
Interacting with robots. Yeah,
we have a relative of Derek Acora. All sorts. Yeah, it's gone a bit manic, but I think that's was the plan from the get-go. Realistically, it was bound to go. I think our plan from the get-go. I'm pretty sure in the first episode we suggested that the focus would shift on the bus driver.
Yeah.
So That
He
could
just,
have
carries, he just carries on, leaves everyone behind, gets back to the depot, and then it's like a
that
quiet.
as well. These 5
That'd be
heroes are
great.
dropped off, and then you just follow the bus driver leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's just having like trouble paying his bills.
yeah, it just turns into a Pattinson without a driver.
The life and times of like Brian the bus driver. Like, I don't think we can make the bills this week, love.
Yeah. We're gonna have to take some extra shifts.
This superhero busing business is just not paying out.
So, 5 heroes.
Can I rewrite my script now?
5 heroes, supervillain in Debonair, and possibly the sensei of the heroes in Dr. L.
we have favourite characters, right? And like going forward, we need to discuss this, but these characters need to be there. So Debonair I love, because Phil's reading of him is brilliant. Dr. L is bloody fantastic. I love Dr. L more than anything. I watched some of these back, and I was still laughing at the introduction of Dr. L's voice. There's some like... oh, they're so fucking great. Honestly, I also like, because I watched all of them all back, I really loved Adam's monotone robot. Like when that was first introduced, that made me like heartily chuckle as well. Like it was just like, I'm a robot. And I was like, oh my God, I love it so much. There's like characters that we love that have to stay around. I've tried my best to sort of like rope this into like past things, but like there's certain elements I was like, oh my God, there's so much that we tried to like hint at. There was a lot of like cliffhangers within episodes that are like, oh, a reference to this over there, and I was like, I should try and close these, but I'm gonna leave them for now. I've got too
I
much.
suppose the only final thing to do with the recap is to point out at the end of the last episode, we're in an auditorium situation in the Prime timeline. Sometime in the future, we assume, where the Debonair has been confronted by Dr. L, and now he's got the guns have turned on at Dr. L, and there's a knife to the throat of the Debonair.
Yes.
Of Clyde, who was sent away into feudal Japan about 8 episodes ago.
I like that you went
Casually.
Yeah, really basic.
Clyde, feudal Japan. You can't do that with it.
Musical going on in the background. Go.
So bare bones. The bare bones that we need for today are, and then like 10 minutes later, they're like, and then they met the ghost.
I think it's quite straightforward, really.
Yeah. What's your problem?
Right, let's hit the script, shall we? Let's just hit the script.
Let's do it.
I've stalled you long enough. Right, Luke, give me a sound.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Oh, that was a nice transition. I clicked the things in time. Right, it's still a bit like shifted, but if I'm just going to scroll quickly down, yeah, everything's in the center, so it's fine. All right, I should go at the top, but it doesn't matter. I've got the bubble there, so that's fine. Cool. Warnings. I need to do a bit more warnings. There's characters that come back that I've told you how to voice them because that's how they were voiced before. What else do I need to warn you about? Let's just go ham, shall we?
I love the confidence that we wouldn't remember as well. It's very suitable.
Definitely won't.
There was this one guy in episode 2, and Adam, you kind of gave him like a surface one.
You named that background character, he had to come back. Right, but suddenly, episode 10, genre identity. Previously, the Debonair makes subtle gestures with his hand, but nothing happens. The keys have been deactivated. Any last words? Clyde holds the blade to the throat of the Debonair and is about to slice, when suddenly, the Debonair holds up his hands in submission.
Okay. Just hold on. Let's all just cool our jets, shall we?
Call off your droids or I'll cut your fucking head off.
Jesus Christ. I mean, points for intensity. You've got the psycho revenge killer thing down. But who the fuck even are you?
I'm Clyde.
The muscle? the muscle?
No, a different Clyde.
Oh, pity that. Had the makings of a really cool character there, but Clyde? Hardly a superhero name, is it?
I'm no superhero, you son of a bitch. You sent me to feudal Japan. I was forced to eat raw squirrel guts until Fumiko came and rescued me. And then your robot slaughtered her and her people.
Cracking backstory too, but again, Clyde? Did not give you a cool warrior name in feudal Japan?
They call me the Pale Blade.
Well, holy shit! Why aren't you using that? That's so much cooler than Clyde. Dr. L, back me up on this one.
Hard to argue with that. Paleblade is a cooler name.
I just want to pause because I was really looking forward to that line. Fuck the both of you, let's do this. Clyde lunges once more with his knife.
Now hold on. Let's not be too hasty. You've got me dead to rights. I've got Professor fucking L dead to rights. It's a classic stalemate.
I have no further need for my corporeal flesh. Your gun-wielding automatons are of no consequence to me.
Oh, God.
What?
Nothing. I just got like a million time travel 101 flashbacks all at once. I forgot how you talked. No extravagance, no drama, no flair.
I apologize if my apathetic tone exasperates you, Colin.
Don't call me that.
Don't call you what? Colin? Do you not like when I call you Colin? Colin?
You know I don't. I'm the debonair.
Master of time and space.
Not now, Patrick, for fuck's sake. Hit a cue every once in a while. Jesus.
You realize debonair is an adjective, right? It's like someone calling themselves the biggest. Always bugged me.
Right. I read the script and thought there was a word missing. Or
Patrick Stewart, I will fucking mongoose you. I will turn you into a little fucking mongoose. Do not test me. I've mongoosed before.
well, you're hardly in a position to.
No, he's right, Patrick Stewart. Shut the fuck up.
Indeed. Read the room, Picard. This is not Macbeth. Exit stage left.
Patrick Stewart begrudgingly leaves, holding firm so as not to let the other seize on the verge of crying. There's a brief pause.
Where were we? Ah, yes. Well, I hope your martyrdom extends to your little gaggle of friends. My people have already been alerted. Right as we speak, every cone man, lizard person, apathetic android stationed in 2022 will be swarming your facility, laying waste to your little pet projects.
They too have served their purpose.
Dark. So what is
I love
this?
this like misread thing. It's brilliant. It's like a new thing that I love. Carry on with it.
Consequence.
Consequence.
Dark. So what is it? Is this then a murder-suicide thing? You kill me, my bots kill you. What does that even achieve?
Very little, I'll readily admit. But this is me at my most self-indulgent, Colin. A small step in my grand plan that could have easily been skipped, but, well, I wanted to see the look on your face as I did it.
Did what? Kill me?
Dr. L reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small, intricate device with a singular button on top and holds it up for the debonair to see.
Not quite.
Cut 2. Interior. Strange facility. Day. Ted, Ellie, and Ramon idle in Dr. L's office. Hands in their pockets, whistling, blowing a big chewing gum bubble. All your typical idling stuff. Suddenly, the door to the office burst open. A gigantic tree person, Bill, a wolf man, Willie, a teary-eyed woman, Cindy, and a wobbly, viscous man in a strange outfit, Garth, come bursting into the room, frantically trawling through any drawer they can get their hands on. The crowd goes wild. Just a quick reminder... Bill,
Oh, we know.
we know, yeah, okay, cool, that's fine. There is one change. Luke, I'm giving you Bill. I have too much to read at the moment,
Yeah,
so...
I saw that.
Because you do a better job than me anyway. I've never watched Lord of the Rings outside the first one. Willie was a wolfman, voiced by Adam. We only sang last time, so go wild. Cindy was a teary-eyed woman, voiced by Phil in a perfect Southern Belle voice. Garth was a viscous man, Drippy Drip, who Burge gave an amazing Brummy accent. It was great. Luke.
Intrigued by the crowd
Ready?
goes wild. Just on a quick aside there, Yella. Just put a pin in that for later on, shall we?
Good. Never thought he'd leave.
Oh my god, that is going to get so tiring on your voice, mate. You have a lot of lines. The odd group continue trawling through Dr. L's drawers. Hello. Ted, Ellie, and Ramon stand around, puzzled.
Hello? We're
Ted. Hang on, I'm not even know how to do a tree, man. I forgot what he sounds like. It's like
Just do old man. Old man is good enough, mate.
Ted.
That's fine. Dying old man it is.
Wasn't it the Winston voice? Winston.
Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't it, was it?
I think so.
I think it was because it was Bill and Ted in the prison, and you used the Winston line, I think. But you're fine.
Yeah, he was an old man because you kept on calling Ted Winston, and you like missing shoes. You had no concept of shoes. It was like very. Yeah.
Your last
Old
goal
man.
was perfect Tree Burner show. That was really good. It was really good entition.
I'm a nut.
Yeah, but that was as soon as Yola said, "Oh, that sounds painful," it was.
I felt the strain.
Yeah, you have lines, mate. Don't do that.
It was. I jumped in at the deep end there.
You really did.
I can't go. Good. Thought you'd never leave. And then, it's the line.
Wrong one.
Ted, how the devil are you? Been a while.
It has. How are you, old friend?
As we all remember, Ted and Bill shared a child together. Phil clearly does. Right, fuck this shit, man. Who the fuck are you guys, and what the hell are you doing here? You have a lot of lines as well, so be mindful.
Go Wolfie. What does Wolfie sound?
Yeah. No, I can't go Wolfie. I can't go Wolfie, can I?
Once you go Wolfie, you can never come back.
Never go full Wolfie. I have no idea what you've been doing. Fuck.
Anything you want, mate.
Oh. Suggestions?
We sang Just Can't Wait to Be King last time.
High pitch.
I'll give you a bit of spoilers. Yeah, but I'll give you a warning that like Willie talks a lot as well. So like make it manageable.
In fact, the whole show is shaped around.
That's a lady present.
That's all right. I like that. Okay.
Thanks, Willie.
The viscous-looking man, dripping from every appendage, meanders sloppily over to the three. He extends a hand.
If it was Brummy, it was by accident. It definitely, I can't do a Brummy accent.
You nailed it last time.
I think it was something like, apologies. You've only met some of us. No, it wasn't that. It's terrible.
That's like that, actually.
I think it was like, apologies. You were like, literally, like, last time you were very much Brummy.
God.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
It's been a long while since we featured. Nearly 7 days ago now. Right, yeah. I vaguely recall that. Sorry, a lot has gone on since then.
The B team continues to scour through drawers.
So, what are you doing?
We're here to figure out what the fuck is going on. Figure out who this ominous Dr. L is and what his nefarious evil plans seem to be.
Wait, evil? What makes you think he's evil?
Well, he kidnapped us from our homes, took us to a remote location in the desert, imprisoned us for weeks. What makes you think he's not?
Ted, Ellie, and Ramon look at each other for validation.
His accent?
Oh, yes, because Slow John is notoriously good guy accent.
Now starring Mickey Mouse.
That's a choice.
All right, lassie, we get your point. So what are you doing? Looking for clues?
Well, we thought the best place to start was his office. See, if like the grand plan or anything.
You mean like that?
Ted points to a drawer and marked grand plan. Shut up, I'm saving you like 20 pages here.
That'll work. Yeah.
They all gather around the drawer and open it. Inside are plans and blueprints of a strange device with a singular button affixed on top. Attached to the blueprints is a note. They read it aloud. Everyone as Dr. L. Middling
middling
of time
time
has
has
caused
caused
irreparable damage to multiverse. All hope of salvaging these is lost. We cannot undo our meddling. Only ourselves. For time to flow gracefully and as unimpeded as before. We must eliminate all existence. Illuminati. I like Adam doing Illuminati.
Who said Selves?
That was also me.
Take on that mantle.
I was Elvis.
The stunted word. It's beautiful.
I love it.
I felt like we were trapped in that section forever.
I should have written more.
You know what I said? I was just like in a trance now.
Like a mindfulness tape.
Well, fuck.
We've got to stop him. Where did you say he went?
He, well, we kind of gave him our time key and he left. You gave him your key? He told, sorry, it's still me, isn't it? He told us, sorry, it's just like taking a back step, that's me. But,
Yep.
he told us to wait for a sign.
Ended all existence. Hell of a sign.
That's good. Suddenly there's a sound of an explosion and a million running feet. The group rush over to a nearby window. Outside is an army of lizard people, robots and cone men, dressed in their orange and fluorescent garb. They descend upon the facility. Mierda. Cut to exterior debonair day. The Colonel, Nathan, Zeep and the Prime 5 slow-mo run away from the explosions. It's absolutely badass. A crime this is an audio-only show.
Quick! In a test subject C, before the Colemen figure out what we've done.
The group continues towards test subject T's location. Suddenly, the air around Zeep begins to spit and sputter. He reaches into the ether and pulls out a pristine photo. He stops a moment to look at the photo.
Wait, guys, my photosynthesis.
Oh my fucking god, guy. You get it. You pull photos out of the fucking air, you call it photosynthesis. It's a fucking genius, alright? We move on. You stole my birthday, but god damn it, we don't need to jump down our throats every fucking minute.
Ted, don't.
No! Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. It's just exhausting. Am I the only one who thinks so? It's just every fucking guy. Zoop.
Wow. I'm sorry. I had no idea. I just...
It's been a day, and you've mentioned it, what, like 50 times? I get that you're proud of it, but shoving it into every interaction just makes it tiresome. You got to see that, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
The group goes silent.
Even I feel awkward.
Hush! Even for me.
Don't worry, Zeep, you get a comeuppance, but...
Okay. I'm just annoyed by it, okay? Sorry.
Clearly. So, Zeep, you were saying.
It doesn't matter.
No, don't let him get you down. What is it?
It's a bit late now. Is all.
What is?
Zeep reluctantly holds up a photo showing a gigantic ball of energy consuming the building that housed the core. He gestures back towards the building they just left. A gigantic ball of energy seems to be consuming it, looking almost exactly like the photo. It's growing ever bigger and moving towards their position.
Well, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's different every time, isn't it? The fuck is that?
The core, it's destabilizing. Our charges weren't enough. It's overloading.
In English, Steely Jan. What does that mean?
That's pure time energy. If it comes into contact with any of us, well, we'll be spread along the timeline like fairy dust.
Well, shit. And quick, in a test subject T. Test subject T. Deactivate cloaking device.
There's not a peep. The location they left, test subject T, remains barren.
Test subject T. Come on now, deactivate your cloak.
Nothing.
Come on, T. How about this? I'll,
The Colonel nervously looks over the others in his group.
if you decloak, I'll make you an offer you can refuse. Is that okay? Come on, T, we need to go.
Still nothing. It suddenly dawns on the group the test subject T isn't cloaked, but is gone altogether.
I don't believe it.
Cut to interior test subject T moments earlier. Arduous and Skip lay tied within test subject T's innards, prone on the wet, muscular ground. Their gags lay by their side.
God damn it. How in the hell did we get into this predicament? I knew we never should have reported that deviancy.
Oh, yeah, that's how we got here. Man, desert sun, looping around back to the beginning and the end every day. Decent tan. I miss that, you know.
I know. None of this kidnapping and being gagged and tied up business. Simpler times, eh?
So, like, what are we gonna do after all this?
What do you mean?
Like, the original 5 are back. That colonel guy seems to know his shit. Seems the days of the old Coleman are numbered, eh?
I suppose you're right.
I might ask them if they dropped me off in the 90s. That decade was dope.
Well, you're not wrong.
Power Rangers, Doritos 3Ds, classic Ninja Turtles. Not the 3D shit we get now.
Those original movies were ace.
Not the movies, man. The cartoon, remember? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Test subject T giggles and snorts with glee. Inside, the entire interior of his body begins to rumble.
Wait, hold on. Do that again.
You what?
Do it. Catchphrase. Do you remember any others?
Boy, do I.
Skip smirks. Realization slowly dawns on him. He's been practicing his entire life for this very moment. Weekends on end spent smoking weed and watching stupid Saturday morning TV shows. This was his purpose.
Gee, Brain, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Take over the world.
I love the giggle. More giggle and snorts. The inside rumbles more this time with the occasional sputter and spark of energy.
Quick, another one.
Oh, this is a good one. A DuckTales.
Woohoo!
With a final giggle and a snort, test subject T pulsates and sparks with an overload of electricity. He quickly pops out of existence, along with Arduous and Skimp. Cut to exterior, Debonaine day. The Prime 5, Nathan, and the Colonel and Zeep all look on as the time bubble slowly encroaches on them. They all hold hands in solidarity.
Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night.
Go on, Luke.
Photosynthesis is banging wordplay. Fuck you, Ted. Just because you never thought of a good name for your power.
The time bubble consumes them all. Cut to exterior, outside strange facility, day. Ted, Ellie, Ramon, Bill, Willie, Garth, and Cindy all cower behind wooden crates outside the facility as gunfire rings out ahead of them. Wave upon wave of enemies descend upon them from sandy mounds, all determined to end their lives.
We do not have time for this.
You're right. We need to stop Dr. L.
A small gang of cone men press forward before being ensnared by vines, lifted high up in the air and slammed violently into the ground, incapacitating them. The vines all retract into Bill's tree-like body.
Well, I'm sure if you just explain it to them that it's a bad time, they'll up and leave.
I need to be a dick about it.
Ellie waves her arms and a purplish glow emanates from them. Suddenly, armed men in metal helmets lead a charge from behind the crates she was cowering behind, bayonets at the ready. A gaggle of lizard men run away in fear. We can find these behind echoes all we want. We don't have no key. We can't get to Dr. L. A pair of conemen fire their pistols wildly at a group from behind cover. A viscous, jelly-like cone man approaches them.
Oh, dearie me. Your gun's jammed.
It is?
Yeah, let me help you with that.
The cone man hands over his gun and Garth promptly shoots both of them. Garth morphs back into his usual strange visage.
Did you not have backup? Another means of time travel?
The trio of conemen, having spotted Garth, take aim at him. Go on, Luke.
He led you slimy
Go on, carry on.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
Devastating.
Okay, let me restart. Because this is the nature of blind reading. It's like, where the fuck
Yeah,
is
I know.
this?
Don't make it easy, though.
Slimy, she's gone. My little fluffykins is gone. Ripped from this mortal plane at only 2. My God, why? Why would you take away my little fluffy woolly boy?
The other 2 cone men stare at their comrade in confusion.
Faulty, you all right? What's wrong with this world? How can they take away my little boy? He just wanted strokes and bits of ham. My God, why?
Why do evil people live with my little golden boy had to die? There's no justice in the world. Dad, take me instead, take me!
The pair crumple to the ground in their sudden grief for their long ago deceased pets. A distance behind them, we see Cindy, tears streaming down her face and her hands outstretched in their direction.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
Waves more co-men charge forward before crumpling to the floor holding their noses. Ramon nods proudly before taking cover beside Willie. So, Wolfie, you gonna help or what? Do you not have, like, super wolf senses or something?
It doesn't work like that. I'm not really.
An explosion rings out behind them. Peeking over their respective crates, the team take note of an orange and fluorescent tank rumbling its way down the desert hills. Damn shame you're not an anti-tank dog. While Willie peeks over and notices the tank, the barrel of its turret shifts position, taking aim directly at them.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it was a pleasure knowing you, SA. Shall we sing one last song together? Maybe something from Jungle Book?
Oh, God.
I love Mickey Mouse read, I have to say. As Ramon tries to find the right timbre for his final sing-song of the bare necessities, Willie starts having a panic attack. His breathing becomes laboured, and with every breath the fabric of reality rumbles around him. Reality itself begins convulsing wildly in time to his rapid breathing. With one final deep breath, the fabric of reality folds in and of itself. The world blurs out of focus before suddenly turning black. But suddenly, episode 10, a fistful of genres. Exterior, San Felicity, day. In the small town of San Felicity, our intrepid cowboys cower behind barrels and hay bales as the nefarious corn men descend upon their positions. Ted Babyface O'Shea and Ellie the Ghost Wrangler Recorder take turns wildly firing their pistols over barrels. Ramon the repugnant Gonzalez pulls revolver rounds from his poncho and loads them into his 6-shooter.
The corn men have almost surrounded us. We've got to find cover.
Darn tootin'.
Ramon cocks his revolver. You have any sort of robot powers in that there metal flesh of yours? Now would be a good time to whip him out, partner. Why, Willie looks down at his android hands. The silver shine from his chrome skin almost matches that of Ramon's revolver.
Not
Not
again.
again.
That's
Is that Willie from
Adams.
before?
That's
Yeah.
Willie from before, yeah. That's Willie from before, yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah. No, not
The
Willie.
cone men firing at them disperse and a large horse-drawn carriage comes barreling down the desert sands. It turns abruptly and a shawl covering its back uncovered reveals a Gatling gun.
Quick, into the tavern over yonder.
Cut to interior Dead O'Nane Theatre Complex, indeterminate cowboy time. In the wood-panelled theatre complex in the industrial city of Dead O'Nane, Dr. Lichtemup, the Debonanny, and the Clyde with no name all point their 6-shooters at one another. A classic Mexican standoff.
I don't know where to go with this.
I knew you would.
No idea where to go with it.
I would just go normal and just read it as normal because it's very cowboy.
But why would you want to destroy this here reality, you lollygagging no good son of a gun? Ain't no sense in it. Without reality, there ain't no going to be nothing for nobody. And they'll just cause us all one hell of a hootenanny.
Dr. L tilts up the front of his cowboy hat.
Well, it's as simple as driving nails in a snowbank, you no-good highfalutin bottom feeder. Without us simple folk running amok in this reality, the flow of time can progress unimpeded. Humanity is an ungreased wagon wheel, whining and hollering as time just tries to saunter onward.
What a load of rattlesnake shit. Without humanity, this is just a snake without its opossum. A desert scorpion without its boots. A horse without its saddle. Time serves like a bartender serves moonshine. We ain't beholden to it.
A boot without its spurs.
Sorry?
Sorry, I was just giving another example.
Was that really they're really that necessary now. Yeehaw.
I just thought it'd be a shame if I didn't talk in this bit.
What bit?
You know, because I sound like... Never mind.
Gosh darn it, what a windbag.
Good for nothing. Yellow belly.
Cut to interior, San Felicity Tavern, day. A decorated cornman churns away at the crank on the side of his Gatling gun. He fires wildly towards the saloon. Inside, our intrepid cowboys cower behind overturned tables and bar stools as a wall of bullets come flying through the front of the building. Bill, that's you.
Well,
Cactus Bill.
it's a battle of dog bears.
You can say that again. We'll be vulture food by high noon.
Garth, the jello shop, bursts through the back door, firing his pistol wildly into the back room as he does.
We're surrounded. No way out through the back either. We're destined for the Bone Orchard, partners.
The group take pot shots through the windows and doors at any cornman who dares approach the tavern, but things are looking bleak. Suddenly, the loud bangs of their six-shooters steadily turn to empty clicks. The group is out of ammo. Well, we're toast.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wiley's circuits begin whirring wildly.
Well, I, for one, ain't going to die on the floor of some tavern like some no-good punk.
I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die.
The tavern flexes and folds in time with Wiley's electrical glitches.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going out fighting.
No, Ted, wait.
Ted gets up from behind the bar and begins sauntering towards the entryway. Bullets fly around him, almost completely obfuscating the sound of his spurs. As he coolly walks over to the tavern doors, the tavern itself begins undulating wildly. Wiley's electrical glitches begin rapidly increasing. Suddenly, Ted is struck by... But suddenly, episode 10, Pride and Genre Switch. Exterior, Felicity Manor Garden Gala, day. The back of the Lord Conchire's glove. I challenge you, Lord Sheantington, to a duel! Tedrick O'Sheantington puts his silken-gloved hand to his cheek, aghast at the Lord's suggestion. The workers and guests in the garden all stop what they're doing and look over at the commotion the group is causing, tut-tutting and shaking their hands in disapproval. Heads. We hear Elia Corrington let out a shocked gasp.
Well, I never.
You have besmirched the name of our good sir, the debonair gentleman, and we shall see no such slander.
You ignorant fool, you have no idea the pain you have wrought for yourself. A duel it is.
Are you sure about this, Ted? Those gentlemen from Conchire seem vulgar, sir.
They've no class.
A vile group of thugs. Ramon, be mindful of those azaleas, will you? You trimmed them far too much last time. They looked positively garish.
Their gardener, Ramon, pops up from a bunch of flowers before. Si, senor, whatever you say, senor. The crowd doesn't go as wild for that one. Cut to interior, the Debonair Theatre of Delight and Fancy, into the indeterminate period piece. The Debonair gentlemen, Lord L and Lord Pennyworth Maplecourts and Clyde, hold their fencing sabres to one another at the ready.
Epee, is it, Lord L? I always took you as a foil.
Very witty, good sir, but I am afraid our little tete-a-tete must come to an end. I have a reality to destroy, a timeline to rectify.
Oh, pish-posh, don't be so impudent in my presence. No man would destroy our very being in the interest of time. This is all because I was one to discover time travel first. It took me a year to do what you failed to achieve in your decades of study.
How very dare you? I was at the cusp of a discovery before you used your father's fortune to have my work stolen from me.
Poppycock. My father gave me a small loan of £1 million and I used the funds to purchase your department. I was merely wanting to keep your research afloat.
By firing me?
The board thought I would be more fitting in the role.
Oh, I am sure they did.
Regardless, I did what you could not. I solved the mystery of time travel.
And how did you manage that then, eh? How did you find the missing component I'd held on for years? Were you eating a time energy sandwich near the device and some slipped on the machine? Did you trip and spill radioactive waste into the machine? Well?
No, I researched the things and I applied them accordingly.
There's a pause.
And regardless of the lightning bolt hitting the building at the precise time I turned on the time machine, It was my know-how that...
Lightning. Of course. Beastly biscuits. I should have known the missing element was a lightning. It's always the missing element.
Yes, well, once I had made my amazing discovery, time travel was at my very fingertips.
Which you promptly used to strong-arm and take over the entire universe. Very noble, Mr. Science.
It worked on you, didn't it?
Yes, well, I was absolutely thrilled to feed you your cacophony of superpowered buffons. It allowed me time to plan.
And here we are, plan of the century. Oh no, the debonair gentleman has messed with the precious timeline. Oh, I know, I'll eliminate all existence. Please, you just can't stand to live in a reality wherein I beat you to the discovery of time travel.
Indubitably. There's a pause as the debonair gentleman and Lord L look at Clyde with scorn.
Enough of this.
Lord L raises his intricate Victorian-era detonator high into the sky. Cut to exterior Felicity Manor Gardens, day. Tederick and the Lord of Coneshire square off. The rest of our intrepid poshos idle around them. The viscous gentleman, Chrysanthemum and Bill, the weeping lady and their gardener, Ramon. Their half-elf friend, Wilnor of Wildershout, looks upon his leather braces in disbelief. That's Willie again.
My Clontar's goblet, not again.
He looks at his attire, clad in leather armour with a pouch of arrows affixed to his back. He looks a ways away from the otherwise posh and debonair surroundings. Ellie lays a reassuring hand on his shoulder.
Worry not, my northern friend. We shall soon return you to your precious Manchester.
What? No, I'm not from Manchester. I just have to match my genre. It's my curse.
Oh, I do
I
apologize.
voiced this entirely wrong now.
Oh, I do apologize. I assumed from your downtrodden clothing and backward sensibilities that you hailed from northern England.
Burn!
Racist.
With Willie's power sufficiently explained, we return to Tederick. One of the cone men has returned with an intricately crafted oaken box. He opens it to reveal 2 fine, polished pistols with ivory handles.
Take your pistols, back to back. Take 3 steps forward and then turn to fire. The participant still standing wins the duel.
Are you sure of this, sir?
We'd I forgot what voice I did for this.
Wispy.
Which I'll go wispy again, I can't recall.
Yeah.
We'd certainly not fault you if you were weary engaging with such lowly fellows.
What a riffraff.
Pendejos.
Ramon, the magnolias. Or do you not want supper?
Ramon meekly returns to his flowers.
Let us do this, you vile snully... That's debonair, isn't it? Let us do this, you vile snullygoster.
Tederick grabs his pistol, as does the Lord of Coneshire. They raise them to their chin. They go back to back and steadily pace forwards. 1 pace, 2 paces. On the third, the Lord of Coneshire turns on his heels and fires a quick shot. The shot flies through the air, whizzing past Tederick, who now looks like a young toddler in an oversized suit. Tedrick smiles before firing a shot into the Lord's abdomen. The Lord keels over, clutching his stomach in agony. His fellow Coneshire men come rushing over to him. Tedrick walks over to his comrades, his toddler head held high. Wilnor looks over at the Lord, clutching his stomach in pain. Oh Lord, the pain! The agony! Wilnor begins breathing rapidly.
By Melicrel's mercy, you killed him!
His breathing becomes increasingly erratic, yet again.
A fair duel. A crying shame, his death will be slow and agonizing, but he did unto himself.
That's you as well, mate.
Quite right.
Pip pip to the sorry fellow.
Oh God! Oh God!
Wilnor's breathing becomes increasingly more rapid, reality undulates, yada yada. Oh, that was me. You have not heard the last of... But suddenly, episode 10, new genre high. Exterior facility high, day. The Coney Island boys, you hear me? We'll get you, you mangy idiots. The Coney Island boys brush the manure off their Letterman jackets as our group of intrepid high schoolers make their quick escape.
Quick, onto our Harvard scooters.
Well, I love that. The bitchin' crew ride off on their hover scooters, high-fiving as they do.
So what now, bros? We've got to get back to Coney Island boys off our back. Sorry, we've got to get the Coney Island boys off our back. But if we don't stop Mr. L, he'll be flunk us all, as well as our entire reality.
That's the opposite of red. There's got to be some way we can travel through time. Don't remember what I did now.
It was like Sex and the City.
For now, I think we best just get out of here. Those Coney Island boys don't seem too pleased with us.
You're right, broski. We best hightail it out of here. But our hover scooters won't get us that far.
Why don't we use that?
In front of them is a pristine yellow school bus, empty, but with a door open.
No way, dude. Stealing a bus? That'd get us into some gnarly trouble, man.
Peace and love, bro. Peace and love.
Well, what else are we to do? If we don't stop him, Mr. L will destroy all of reality.
The group reluctantly agree and begin piling into the school bus.
You coming, Mr. Willingsworth?
Willie, now dressed in a noble butler's attire, sighs.
Fuck this.
Willie tenses his knuckles and begins breathing rapidly. Reality once again undulates with his every breath.
Come on, Ash Jeeves. We ain't got all day. Get in there.
But suddenly, episode 10, John Redditor.
Chopper.
Ted reaches his hand out from the side of the helicopter, his muscles glistening with sweat. Will Wazzle the Fizzbozzle looks upon his pink, fluffy puppet hands.
Nope.
But suddenly, episode 10, genre tubbies.
Tell me something. Get in the magical rainbow boat. Michael Jackson.
He's a Teletubby, not Michael Jackson.
That's all I got.
Ain't no fucking way.
But suddenly, episode 10, genre man.
Ghosty, quick. Into the Tedmobile.
No way.
But suddenly, episode 10, woof woof genre woof.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof.
But suddenly, episode 10, genre identity.
Willie, come on. Get on the bus.
Willie looks down at his familiar canine paws and sighs.
Suppose it'll do.
He gets on the bus with the rest of our intrepid superheroes. Interior, Debonair Theatre, indeterminate time. Dr. L holds a button device aloft in the air.
And now, to rectify this issue once and for all.
Suddenly, Clyde appears from nowhere and grabs at the device. Not if I can help it.
Good job, Clyde. Don't let him press the button.
The Debonair leaps into the fray. All three of them struggle for the device.
Unhand me, you fool. This is our only recourse.
There has to be another way.
Don't be such a buzzkill, Dr. L. I've dinner date with Genghis Khan this week.
There is no other way, I assure you.
The trio continue to assure you. That got me last minute then. The trio continues to struggle. Interior bus stay. Ted, Ramon, Bill, Gats, Indy, and Windy and Willie all sit on the familiar seats of the bus that originally brought them to the facility. Ellie, at the wheel, drives at a great speed along the road leading away from the facility.
So what's the plan?
Ride to the nearest town. See if we can somehow find any means of time travel.
Oh yeah, that'll be dead easy. Excuse me, sir. Can you give us directions to the future, please?
What else? Well, what else can we do? We've not got any time keys. We've not got any other means of time travel. God, you think Dr. L would have had some sort of time travel backup? A means of traveling through time just in case the keys stop working.
Yeah, well, if we were that luck... Oh, holy shit, what's that?
A few meters ahead of them, appearing out of nowhere, a strange being suddenly manifests itself in the middle of the road. A massive fridge-sized face with arms and legs jutting out.
Holy shit.
You shall not pass!
The bus collides directly with test subject T, causing both to warp out of existence. Interior, Debonair Theatre, indeterminate time. The trio continues to struggle for the device.
Oh my god, is that Hitler?
The Debonair and Clyde all turn to look. With an almighty tug, Dr. L manages to free himself from Clyde and the Debonair's grasp. He laughs.
Ha ha ha. Finally. Now, to end this sorry reality once and for all.
Dr. L grasps his device tightly and is about to push the button when suddenly, appearing out of nowhere, a large face with arms and legs sticking out of it pops into existence, being propelled at great speed by a bus. Test subject T and the bus propelling it collide with Dr. L and crushes him against a nearby wall. The reality-ending device falls to the ground. Everyone steadily piles out of the bus in confusion.
What the fuck just happened?
What did we hit?
They look towards the front of the bus, where test subject T and Dr. L have been crushed against the wall they ultimately collided with.
Oh, fuck.
Excellent. Excellent show of it, gentlemen. I couldn't have done it better myself.
The debonair tries to sneak his way towards an exit. Not so fast, punk. Clyde appears out of nowhere, holding a knife to the debonair's neck once more.
Androids, now, attack!
The debonair looks around, but no androids come. Instead, the room around them begins rumbling like an earthquake has hit it.
Oh, fuck.
Call off your androids, or I swear I'll cut you into ribbons.
That isn't me, fucktard. That's your lot's doing.
What do you mean?
The time core's been sabotaged. It's overloading. That's the sound of pure time energy steadily consuming this entire realm. Jesus Christ, do I hate time travel.
Preach, brother.
Well, get ready to hate it even more. Once it consumes us, we'll be scattered along the timeline like biscuit crumbs. Hope you're ready to try surviving in prehistoric times.
What? That can't be. There's got to be a way to stop it.
Yeah, how do we stop it?
It's too late. It's too late. The time bubble will consume us all. It's inevitable. It's not all bad. Maybe we'll get dropped in the 90s. That decade was ace.
Too fucking bad, bro!
Skip and Andy was severely wounded from the crash, come crawling out of the reins of Test Subject T.
Well, there you are, you two little Judases. Enjoy your jaunt across time, have you?
Fuck off, Colin. Shove your fucking time travel and its Nazi memorabilia up your arse.
The entire group looks at the debonair with furrowed brow.
It's not Nazi memorabilia per se. It's regular time travel memorabilia with just a light sprinkle of Nazi in there.
Right.
The entire theatre rumbles once more before the entire exterior wall of the theatre is consumed by a gigantic bubble of time energy. I picture it as green. I don't know why, but time energy is green.
I can't be scattered across the timeline. I just can't. I won't survive.
The bubble grows ever larger. Our group of heroes and villain pace backwards towards the opposite wall. Skimp and Arduous, crawling because of their injuries, are consumed first by the bubble.
Serves you right, you imbeciles.
The debonair, seeing the bubble descend upon him, stands firm.
All right, fuck it. Let's go. I'll figure time travel out again, you know, don't worry. And once I do, I'm going to mongoose the fuck out of all of you.
The time bubble consumes the debonair. The bubble continues to grow. The remainder of the team scrambles to back away with it.
Fuck it. No point fighting it now.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's do this, bros. Ted, Ellie, and Ramon lock arms, readying themselves for the bubble. Before we go, I just want to say, well, I love you, gringos. The bubble consumes the three of them. Garth, Bill, and Cindy nod towards another.
You doing this?
Suppose so.
No point delaying the inevitable.
The trio looks over towards Willie.
Come in, pal.
No way. I can't do it. I won't survive in anything. I can't do it.
The bubble consumes Garth, Bill, and Cindy, leaving only Willie, still desperately clambering away from the bubble.
I can't. Oh God, I can't. I can't do it.
Willie's breathing becomes rapid as the bubble descends on him. The fabric of reality becomes undulating once more. Reality itself becomes blurry. As the bubble consumes Willie, reality itself turns pitch black. But suddenly...
I like it black.
Yay!
Oh, that's. Whoa.
Whoa.
But suddenly,
I apologise. I was like reading it and going like, I'm making them jump through fucking hurdles here.
my throat sore.
Yeah, I don't blame you guys. I apologise. But I had shitloads of fun writing it because I like kept on picturing you guys read it. Like the first read of like Dr. L reading that like it's like driving nails in a snowbank bit. I was like, I can't fucking wait for this. I genuinely can't wait for it. And then like Adam did like the squeaky voice for Willie, and I was like, that's so brilliant because it'll like serve as a good like way of like showing that we're back in the normal one. Yeah, that's it.
No, it's
That's my effort.
Top work, mate.
Genre horror.
Very impressive.
Thank you very much. The thing I mentioned at the start that I had to rewrite something. Originally, we never cut back to Dr. L and Debonair it was just following the genre switches of the party. And then I was like, wait, we've got genre switches and we're not using Debonair and Dr. L. 100% adding all them. So I literally like deleted, like there was a lot of like Bunn for the start with like, you know, like really reading into Dr. L's plan and all this. And I was like, oh, screw it. Get rid of that. And I'll just like add a few scenes with Dr. L and Debonair being cowboys. It was worth it. I loved it.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
That's great.
You read
Very
it valiantly.
Yeah, it was a good effort all around, I think. It was
Yeah,
tricky
that was
doing
just
like Debonair as a posh man.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of really there. Well, as
I
you
tried
said,
to
though,
make-
the writing was kind of there in the dialogue, to be fair, so he just kind of followed from
Yeah,
there. Same with the
actually,
Western one as well. It's just kind of
Yeah, I tried to like Western it up because I didn't want to just sort of like write it normal and go like, you cowboy it. So I was like, I'll do it up. And I wanted to, I went through it. The one thing I did wrong is I went through it making sure that everyone had something to read every scene to a certain degree. And then I didn't like consider the fact that you'd be talking to yourselves a lot. So there was a lot of like Cindy, then Ted, then Cindy.
yeah, it's my fault.
I should have
I've got such bad attention span that because it didn't have like the fill at the end of the name, I was like, oh yes, that is my
I should have done that as well. Totally forgot about that. So
it's fun.
Just couldn't remember any of the voices that I did throughout it. Just drawing a blank.
I really like Arduous, so Arduous is so funny. It's like the sort of C-3POs.
yeah, I really like Audio.
It's really funny to hear him start going off. It was good.
I
really like
always
Skimp.
feel that when these Arduous and Skimp dialogue, I think we riff quite well with them.
That's brilliant. That is.
Just kind of back and forth.
Because I really like Skimp's voice. Because like you know, it becomes easier to write it when you know someone's voice. And like I really like. I was like writing the bit with like Skimp going like, "Oh yeah, that's why we did it." I was like, "Oh, I can sort of see Adam reading that," so it made like it easier to type away. It was that was fun.
I love Burgess' process for finding a word and his loyal to kind of elongate or still in some ways.
That was brilliant.
I think I did it at the end of the last one.
I was
For
just going
one.
to say, I don't remember you doing it like regularly.
Neither do
So
I.
it's just like a new
I did
quirk.
it at the end, and I was like, "Oh, that's really funny. I should do that."
That's great. That is funny. I really like Ellie. I really like Burgess American across the board. Pretty much, I quite like Burgess American. Ellie was like, "Oh my
Terrible.
god." Yeah, I enjoy that as well. So I you know, we talked about like where we're gonna take it next and stuff. So I kind of like, I set it up in this so that it's kind of the timeline's shifted, so everyone's scattered as well as the genres switched. So that going forward, I think the best course of action, not that I'm like insinuating like making rules or anything, you know, like go ahead and do whatever you want, but I feel like it shouldn't start the next episode with a completely new character. It should be the characters that we know in like a different way. Like,
so you kind of anticipate that like the Debonair might turn up in like 70s, whatever.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
like what,
situation or something, whatever. Just random.
100%. That's it.
Completely,
Yeah.
Anything could be anything. But
Yeah,
you're thinking more potentially it'd be one character and then in a new setting or whatever.
Yeah, like all our characters, because it'd be quite nice to sort of like, oh my god, that's Arduous again, but he now is this, or like, oh my god, that's like this, but he's now this. Because my idea is, and I'll give you my idea because I don't think I should write the next one. Is I had an idea that I would have, because I love detective shows. I was going to make it like about a detective show about Ted, but Ted is now constantly a baby. Like I wanted to sort of like set a precedent in this that they still have their powers. That's why in the Pride and Prejudice bit, he still could turn to a baby, because I didn't want to take away their powers. But like maybe we can like fiddle with them in different genres. So I was going to have him be like a detective that constantly looks like a baby, and Ellie comes to him to try and solve a case because she sees her dead ex-husband. So you sort of like have that hint of Ellie seeing ghosts, Ted's power still there with the baby, and you can sort of still like, obviously that's not going to be it because I'm not going to do the next one, but you know like what I mean, like a re-flavoring of what we've already done.
Yeah, makes sense.
But with like all the same sort of story elements. But you know, that's just a suggestion.
Kudos for the titles as well, by the way. General Identity is like excellent wordplay and very prescient for the script that we read.
Yeah. It's not too. Yeah, I was proud of that one. I wrote it all because of genre identity.
So is your thinking, and I guess this is probably open to interpretation of whoever writes, I guess.
Yeah.
Do they do they have memory of everything that's come before? Do they know who they are and what they're
I don't
capable
know.
of?
I quite like the my idea, and this is just me now, because obviously you know guys know me by now. I have season 2 planned when I'm writing the first episode. My idea for the second one was have like Detective Bambino, or whatever I call him, Ted Bambino, and he's like a baby detective that does like custody battles by pretending to be a baby and going on play dates with the baby that is in custody or whatever. I don't know, like some shenanigans. I would have them like have dreams of like this, or like, you know, like some sort of like connection to it, because I really liked in Adam's one with like Collins going on a date and stuff. When I didn't know what was happening initially, you had a bit at the start that was talking about like there was like a TV in it, I think, and it was like there was like earthquakes or something was going on the news on it, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if this is like an alternate reality, and like it's kind of like bleeding into the other one. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was gonna like do that, but obviously I kind of think it's up to the person. And I purposely didn't get rid of the world-ending button, thinking that could be like the thing, or it could be an entirely new thing. I don't know.
It's cool.
Whatever
It's cool.
you
You
want.
left it in a really good place, I think.
I'm really
so much
envious.
potential now. It's great.
Yeah, I'm really envious of the next person. Very envious.
Yeah.
And on that, shall we spin for it? Shall we spin to win?
Let's do it.
So, as I've said before, I'm going to re-roll on mine because I've already done that, and I think this is a special case because I like got to already mess about with genres, and I kind of like done it. So, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Oh my god, Adam.
Who's Adam?
Fucking hell.
Adam gets episode 1 again.
You get a second episode 1, mate.
Is that every time you had episode 1?
Was that episode 1 that? Yeah, was I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And the funny thing is that like because you obviously did episode 1, and then you were the first of the latter 5. It's like they want you to go first all the time, Adam. Are you happy with that?
I think it's
convincing.
I'm really excited
100%.
about this.
You got to.
The only issue I anticipate is like, so there's scope for bounce around between different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just how you transition on a but suddenly we pick up the Debonair, or we pick up where Ted's ended up in his timeline, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And I think like it's gonna be like dead interesting. Obviously, like it's gonna go. I was thinking maybe because it's less of the game now. It's less of the carrying on with the next one, and pretty much more of like you get to write your own thing with whoever you want as your main character, or whatever. Like, and because it's kind of like a sort of season finale-ish thing. Like possibility of you having more time if you want to have more time, because 2 weeks might be a bit much for you to ask you to essentially write something fresh. So with it being like a series finale, maybe we can do it in 3 weeks, maybe, if you want. But we'll discuss that amongst ourselves.
Yeah, see how it goes.
See how you fare, because like I would feel it a bit unfair to tell you like, oh no, it's 2 weeks as normal, but you have to literally like come up with an entirely new concept this time, as opposed to like being like alley-oop from before and sort of,
Carrying on.
It's harder, isn't it? It's a harder task, isn't it, to sort of like say do something new.
Which always seems to be your lot in life,
carrying
Adam. Is just like you start things again for us.
Yeah, reboot.
Again. Yeah, but that's gonna be great. I think that'll do us. I think, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So, bye everyone.
Cheers for watching.
Thanks for watching. We didn't get any chat activity this time. God damn it! Where's our robot friend when we need him? Bye.